Our special guest still in the house, Quintin Mikell, Ab-Liva as well. And Ab, you actually brought another special guest, a man sitting right here in the chair.
Most definitely, man. This is my artist. His name is Ant White. I have a group called Yes Mob. He's the first guy we'll be bringing out. Yes Mob, and that's Ant White.
Ant White, appreciate you joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So what was it like when you get the call saying, all right, we're signing you? You made it to the big leagues.
I mean, you know, it's everything that you work for, you know, but I mean, let alone doing it with such legends, you know, like Liva and T. It's just an honor for real, man. You just want to uphold the tradition, just keep it pushing, man.
How long you been in the game doing it?
I've been rapping for 8 years, so after like the last 5, maybe not 3, it hit that second win and things started, you know, looking up.
Was there a moment before this where you're thinking like, okay, this is my love, this is my passion, but man, do I need to start looking and doing something else? Or was it always just like, no matter what happens, you're gonna ride with it?
Yeah, it was no matter what happens, I was gonna ride with it. You know, Liva showed me the way for a long time. So you know, just having that molding and being able to grow underneath those wings, you know, that alone will give you confidence enough to do whatever has to be on the back end. So,
who's your gems from off the air and everything?
My influence?
Yeah, and what is your objective in hip hop?
Well, I mean, my influence is definitely like heavily East. Like I'm not too huge on West. You know, no disrespect to them. But growing up, like I actually look up to Liva, T, Pharrell, all those Star Trek guys. That was like my biggest faction of rap. So I mean, it was just like almost supernatural to actually link with those guys when I got older. But you know, Jay, you know, Big, Nas, even Cool G Rap if you want to take it back a little further. You know, so
Top 5 Cool G Rap. You know that.
I ain't heard nobody say Cool G Rap.
I know.
He was great.
I mean, it's nice to see somebody respect like the even legends that came before Big and Pac. I mean, I've been on YouTube lately watching these like rappers I never heard of who were like 15 and 16 trying to tell me that Tupac was overrated and not even that good.
Q's like, no.
Who are these people? Sit down. So, did you see that like this little Jean from Little Zion something? He's like, and he started this cottage industry of young rappers saying that Tupac's not even that good.
2. The born music.
Man, he owe his little part of his name to Little Sean. You know what I mean? Like Little Dat. Like, be quiet, yo.
So, what's it like now? Because you're in a very interesting position. You've done a lot. You've built up an amazing resume in this game, and now you look at. Well, I mean, you did it, and now you're looking at maintaining that by bringing on newer artists. Yeah. So, what jumps out about this young man right away?
It was hilarious because my cousin, who personally practically raised me, I'm always looked up to him, great guy. Over the years, he's never called me about anybody who does music, never. And he called me one day and he said, "Cuz, I've never called you in all these years, but it's this kid at my job, you gotta hear him." And I said, "You don't even have to say anymore, you've never called me." So he and I hooked up, and man, I heard his demo, and the quality of it wasn't in the best shape, but I was listening to what he did on it. And I said, "Kid, you got something, man." You know, and then I just started mentoring him from there. And eventually I turned into, you know, him becoming my artist. And, you know, Pusha T hearing it, and, you know, we start putting it together, man. So now here we are, about to get ready to release his album soon.
Damn, I can't imagine. Like, you got to work with Pusha. That's some shit right there. You know, like, that's some shit right there. Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you.
This guy got to play with Brian Dawkins. It's the same thing.
Right. That's major right there.
I might want to switch.
It's always the case. It's always the case.
No disrespect.
And we were talking amigos earlier too, and it's just, I know that there was something with you near and dear to you, right?
Listen,
with your son?
You know, my son, he's also in the group I have, Yes Mob, and he can flow. And you know, if he wasn't good, I'd have told him, "Hey,
do something else."
Yeah, exactly. You know, but he actually is really good, and you know, and they're coming out this summer. But when he was about 12, my wife told him, she said, "When the Eagles get to the Super Bowl, you know, I'm gonna throw you a big party. You can invite all your friends." So each year, each season, he had the Eagles shirts on, and he waiting. And there would be a little heartbreak each season, man. So about 16 to 17, he was like, "Man, I don't think the party gonna happen." So he's 21 now. So when the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl, he called and said, "Baby, I need that party now."
Yo!
So we threw a big party for him, man, and and it was great to see them bring it home, man. We had such a good time in my house, man. All the family and friends there, man, and been solid Eagles fans all this year, so it was a great feeling, man.
That is the representation right there of
Yeah.
every Eagles fan every year waiting like, this is it, I'm going to get my party. Oh,
Exactly.
take it right out.
Exactly.
So all right, let me get into something too, because we were talking a little bit about this off the air, and it's a recurring theme that happens on the shop. And it's great too, because this is an opportunity where we can talk about it and also have a younger representation of the game and the culture with us as well, with Ant. But I know that I can speak for myself and maybe a couple of these other guys too, where it's just difficult at times to embrace what's new. And what's crazy is I know these guys off the show, and I would say that they're all open-minded and they're all willing to accept new ideas and new concepts and admit when they're wrong, even to admit when they're wrong, right? But there's something about our music that we just refuse to let go. Help me. Help us.
Yeah, and for a while I think I was following on that same pattern. And then I had to step back and look at things and appreciate it just for what it was. If I'm in a club and Migos is playing and I got a drink and it's a good atmosphere, perfect. It's a perfect soundtrack for that. Mm-hmm. When I'm in my car and I'm riding and I throw Big or Survive Deep on, right? That's the perfect setting and whatnot. So I had to be accepting of just accepting things for what they are. I don't look at certain artists. I don't look too deep. I'm not going to really learn anything from you, but I can kind of enjoy it and whatnot. So that perspective allowed me to really rock with the music that I normally typically might not.
Let me follow up on that real quick, Jeff. Is there anybody right now that's saying anything new, or are they just reinforcing, like Kendrick? And I asked this outside. Is anybody saying anything new, or is it just reinforcing what's important?
I don't think they're saying anything new. They're just coming up with new ways to get it to you, because J. Cole and Kendrick are really dope artists, and when people look at hip hop, they look at those guys as they carry the lyric-driven hip hop torch.
Correct.
What they've been able to do is they realize that we're in the business of selling music, so they had to come up with a way to be able to sell music. And lyric-driven hip hop typically doesn't sell like it did years ago before sales. So now they infuse melody into a lot of what you do. So when you hear a lot of J. Cole records, especially like the singles, you'll hear him doing something melodic, and Kendrick the same thing. We do a lot more singing. Back in the day when cats just blacked out on records, they just did that. You didn't hear any singing and whatnot. But with these young artists, exactly. You'll hear Kendrick and you'll hear J. Cole a lot do real melodic things and singing and stuff like that. So I think infusing that into lyric-driven hip hop is what's been able to propel them, to the heights that they are now. And we had to figure something out, because if you rap and you're really good, a lot of times that doesn't get the spotlight anymore.
I feel like there's an emptiness though for me going forward that can never be filled, because you're right. You can, in your scenario where you're at the club and Migos is on, and you said, but I can still have a good time because there's a good atmosphere. I hear that and I'm saying, yeah, but you've almost settled now for a different form of entertainment. And then when you're in your car, you can play your Legends and be happy. And I want the world to be where I can be happy. I don't go to clubs anymore.
Those girls don't dance to my beat.
But I also want them like
40.
You know what I'm saying? They're not dancing, they're still shining.
But
I want them to be passed on, though, evolution, so that my kids knew that the genre itself meant something other than just making money. Like, it meant something to the legends to speak their mind. And we said there's nothing really new, and there's not a lot of people speaking their minds. So as we get further and further away and we get older, our kids get older, it's fewer people. It's almost to me like there's still going to be an emptiness there.
Can I build on that?
Yes.
I think that's up to us to pass that on to our kids, like our moms and dad passed Earth, Wind and Fire, the Isleys.
Sure.
We gotta.
Do you remember every time your parents tried to pass on?
Yeah, I remember it.
He was just telling me he tried to get his kids to listen to some music from our day. And what was their response?
Harder.
This is boring.
but
listen to Big. I'm like,
but it's we in a different time too.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of trick them into it. You know what I mean? Like my oldest son, he liked Mob, he liked all the old rap because I introduced that to him at a younger age. You know what I mean? Before he was able to be like, well, I don't like that.
Yeah, and then just
you know
play
what I mean?
Just listen to
it.
Because I was upstairs in my house, and this is maybe 2 weeks ago, and my youngest son, he's 16. And he like a lot of new stuff. But I heard something playing faintly, and I went to the steps, and it was Kanye's like first album, and I'm like, I didn't have to tell you to listen to that, you know. And you know he has it on repeat and stuff like that. So I think it's hope. You know, I hold out hope that you know a lot of guys will get it. You know, eventually, because like I said, it's evolution. Right now, we're in a space where not the most creative, but I think it'll switch as time goes on, and it'll just continue to evolve.